Welcome back, City Skyline players and fans, to Capital City. What we are going to do today, we are going to do a library, a custom vanilla library, and I think right here is a good spot. We do not have any libraries on this side of the city. So bring up the education, there it is, and public library. And we do not have any on this side of the city. We've got one right here, one obviously in the university there, but not one over here next to the harbor, next to these suburbs and all this. So we're going to build this right here. And I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to use the vanilla public library. This building right here, and it's a great building. I like it. I'm just going to add to it and customize it a little bit, and because I already have this on the map, so what I want to do is make this look different than the other ones on the map, obviously. So going to go ahead and add that right there, and then I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and upgrade this road to, I've been dying to use this 2-lane brick. I haven't used it. I don't think I've used it anywhere in the city. And I just like the way it looks. So I'm going to add that. And I'm going to drop this road down this direction. This is the avenue that kind of goes into the cruise port. So that we don't want to connect it to that, obviously. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and make this a procedural object. And by doing that, it takes away the function, but it makes the building a little, you could use the building a little bit more creative. You can change things with it. It eliminates these sub items, the parking lot and the flowers and the trees, and it does take away the function, but I have a way that I can bring that back to make the building still work. So we're going to go ahead and use the move it, highlight the building, and bring up the menu and convert to PO, procedural objects. There we go. Now, as far as the game is concerned, if you switch off everything, all the menus and everything, the game does not recognize this. So we'll have to work with that. I have a plan on that already. That's not a problem. But the procedural objects, we're going to bring that right to the sidewalk. And then going to get rid of these trees right here. And then I think we're going to put a parking lot in. First thing, let's go ahead and what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this building. I love this building. I like the texture of the brick, the stairwell in the back. It's an all-around good building. It's very detailed. Not really anything I would have done differently with it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and copy it, and then I'm going to actually duplicate it back here and make this building twice the size. And again, not necessarily because of anything to do with the building. It's just the fact that I think I already have this on the map at least one other time. I think twice. So I don't want it to look exactly the same. So I'm just I just duplicated it. Looks great the way it is. Even the lining and the look of the roof and everything looks good with it. So we'll leave it like that. So what we're going to do, we'll go ahead and put in the parking lot, and I think we're going to use actually I think we'll use this one. No, we'll use this one here. And I know we're going to have to move this over a little bit, which is fine. So it's trying to get a little bit of a bearing of how far over it needs to be. Because I don't want it too far away from this road. Because I want to concrete all this in so they can, pedestrians can be walking down the sidewalk and then walk into the parking lot here. But on the other hand, I didn't want it too far over either. So we'll go ahead and grab these, move it over just a little bit, and then grab the parking, and then move it over just a tad bit. No big deal. There we go. We're going to go ahead and add another lot on this side here. And I would think this would be like employee parking or something to that effect. Yeah. So we'll put those on there like that. Next thing I'm going to do is, because I know what's coming up, I have plans for this area here, which will be a later video. I'm going to curve this road instead of making it a, what is that, like a, probably a 30 degrees turn, whatever that is. I'm going to actually turn this into a corner and smooth that out a little bit. And then we will bring the parking lot for the smaller lot here. I just called it the employee lot because I would think that kind of makes sense there. Right there. And then that would bring that right to, again, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I have everything painted to eliminate the the markings underneath the trees there. I can't stand those, so I paint everything. So I just bring it all back, bring all the sidewalks back, and then we'll go ahead and just concrete all this over. There we go. And we're going to put in a concrete pad back here. Trying to decide what I wanted to do with it. I think we're going to leave it like that, and then bring it out to, yeah, right like that. And I think we're just going to pretty much leave it like this and then just detail it. I've got a couple of neat things planned here for the detailing. First thing I want to do is, there's this unique object, and I think it's in level 1 here. Yeah, it's actually not that statue. There's a statue, a level 2 right here. That's the name of it there. And I want to put that right here. On the stairwell. And line that up. I think that looks pretty good. And then put some bushes back in, because when I turned this to a procedural object, it took the bushes out, because they were kind of added later. So I'm going to do something a little different here. Is I'm going to take these props and using the prop tool here, I'm going to turn the line on, and the menu, this allows you to set the feet. I'm going to set this to 0.5 meters. And then I'm going to change this to 90 degrees. And that turns the prop sideways. So it looks like a solid row. There we go. There we go. All right. Off to a good start there. Now back over here in this corner, the reason why I said this is an employee's lot is because this is where I'm going to put the dumpsters and the recycling bin and everything for the building. So I would think that they would want to put that over close to the employee parking instead of the customers. Trying to set up at what angle. I think we're just going to put this right at an angle, because that wouldn't make any sense to do it that way. So yeah, we are going to do it right there. And then just grab a couple dumpsters and set them here. Again, you want to make them a little bit off from the one beside it, so it looks a little natural. If you put them in a straight line, perfectly in a straight line, it makes them look a little too perfect. And we all know the world is not perfectly in line. Add a few more parking places here just to fill in the concrete. There we go. And I think we're just going to leave that like that. One little detail that I was going to add that very few people will probably even notice. This building does not have a book return. I saw an object in here that made me think that kind of looks like a book return. And where might that be? Alright, there we go. It took me a minute to find that and could not locate it. But I think it kind of looks like a book chute. And they gotta have a book return for after hours and stuff. So I'm thinking that would be down here. So we'll put that right there. And really, with the sun at this angle, that's kind of difficult to see that. But if the sun was shining right down on it, I bet you could see that quite well. Another thing I was going to add is this building lacks like trash cans and benches and things to that effect. So I think we're going to add that over here. Not a lot. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of stuff here, but I'm thinking, a couple benches in front of these bushes here would be look proper, look right in the somebody is waiting on somebody to pick them up, something like that. And then we're gonna need some, I'm thinking trash bins on the outside of the building. Yeah, we'll put one there. Actually, we can't put them there because we don't want to block this back way to get to the book return we just put in. So we'll put one there and one there. And then maybe one right here in the middle. These two benches. I think that looks really good. And get rid of the extra one there. Thinking maybe a some sort of antenna or something on the top of this that the other oh, for some reason that's not sticking to. Oh, it's because it's a procedural object. Yes. Well, we'll have to add that in later because it's a matter of putting it in and then raising the height to the right height and then moving it over, and it takes a little bit of time to do that. The next thing I want to do is I'm just going to detail this with some trees, and then I will show you how to um, make this a functioning library again. Because right now it is procedural objects, so it doesn't work in the game. So let me put the trees in, do a few more detailed things. Be right back with you. Alright, welcome back. Added some details here, added some trees in, and added a couple parking spots here. There was a little gap here, so I took care of that. I left that one out purposely. I'll show you why here in a second. And added another curb here with some bushes, little decorative bushes on top of that. And added a couple more rows of parking here. One thing I wanted to show you is I used the sheds and added a couple docks to the back of this. They're not really docks in a traditional sense, but they're garage doors that they could open up and maybe wheel carts of books in or carts of equipment in, that type of stuff. Thinking that, you know, building this size would have something like that. And then over here I added a door for handicap because obviously they're not going to be able to come in through the front with the stairwell, so I added a door here. And I was going to show you that on this side. I left this spot open so I can show you how I did that, and it's kind of cool here. I took the prop and the residential props here. I took a rooftop access and put that in here, and I just backed it up against the building. And you can take it in as far as you want, but with the lip down there at the bottom, you can't take it in too far. So there has to be a step there, but left it just like that. And you're instantly, wow, you got a door on the side of the building that you didn't have before. And I was going to do that back here. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll just put it right in the center here, because obviously they have to get the trash out to the back to the dumpsters. Yeah, just add that, and then the doors here. I know they don't match the back doors, but I think maybe these go into the basement, except for maybe the handicap one over there. It probably goes to like an elevator room where they take the elevator to the first floor or the second floor, something to that effect. Now, like I said before, when we change these to procedural objects and the game, I've got all the menus turned off here. The game does not recognize it. I'm clicking, left clicking on it. It does not recognize it. Now, it does recognize the statue I put in because it is a park, but it doesn't recognize the building at all. So what you need to do is go into the workshop and you download these building services or block services, and they basically for everything. There's one for library, one for high school, elementary school, police station, fire station. I think he has them built for all of them, and wonderful, wonderful asset. And it just it turns a procedural object into a standard vanilla building. And all you do is click that next to a road, and make sure I did click the library when I did. Okay. And then just take, move it, and push that Guess I didn't click on move it. Click move it and push that into the building and try to get it as close to the front door as possible. And then you also want to bring it up and make sure that it's right at the height of the front door. I'm not sure if that really makes a difference, but I think by doing that it makes people go in and out of the right location. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's the best way. But it works just the same. And then also now I have all the menus turned off again, and so you can click on the statue, and then you can also click on the block in there, and it shows up as block services library, and it tells you how many visitors and how many users in the city. You can also switch to the library, and it shows up on there. So it does show up as a functioning library, just like the other ones I have in the city here. Shows up as a working library. All right, give you some good views of this. I think we did a real good job of adding to the city here. Expands and customizes that vanilla asset. Yeah, I think that looks great. Go ahead, if you like my content, smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel. I've got some plans for multiple upcoming videos here. And have a good evening. Thank you.